Welcome to another video on my Raspberry Pi 2 running Ubuntu Linux and the robot operating system using a fischertechnik photonic transistor switch and quite some wiring, including an LED. Last time I managed to get things working after an unfortunate memory card crash, and things turned out not to be working as intended. So another thing that I had to do was recharge the batteries of this flashlight, because the light, I think, should be strong enough. The rest has not been changed, so let's see if things still work the way they are supposed to, or the way they did last time. Because the point is that this seemed to be completely the other way around in working. No light means pass, and that said block, and vice versa. So let's see if things work. And I just noticed that I forget something vital, because I have to make sure ROS is actually running by starting the ROS core. And it is running right now, which is good. So now I can start publisher. By the way, this is output from Ubuntu update. And now, nope, this one, the subscriber. And this looks good, because I am not pressing the switch, and when I'm not pressing the switch, data is 0 and it should say no data. I have a number, no data, and some GPO status, which is correct. Last time, by the way, the time between releasing the switch and actually one turning back to 0, I hope that is that turned out to be a wiring issue, and I hope that doesn't occur this time. Anyway, using the light only makes sense when I press the switch. So let me press the switch. It says V block, no light. It should and it should say pass. Also, 18 true means that the LED is burning. So something is still not correct. Let me shine the light. And shining a light should say exactly the opposite. So let me keep this situation. It does say he has data. Well, that's correct. Okay, let me stop shining a light. Release the switch. Do I see a prompt? A direct return data is 0. Actually, I do not, which is still the problem. I move wires. Just gently, and they are turned to 0. So why does the situation still occur? It clearly shouldn't happen. Wait, what is this exactly? A wire that is not entirely right, but alright, let's keep it this way for now. I have to keep in mind that these wires should not make contact. Right now they don't. Alright, let's try again. Press the switch. It immediately turns to GPIO is 1, but also block, means there is some light. How can that be possible? Let me remove the lighting a bit. Once again, this does not make any sense. I release the switch, touch wiring, and it doesn't do a thing, no response. So I have to find out why that is. Alright, a simple thing is that I just noticed that this LED stayed on while the switch was not touched, and that is wrong. So let me try that one again. Well, I don't mind the big red LED. I am just checking this LED, releasing it, and keep burning, and that is wrong. So what is the matter? If I change this wire for a bit, and this wire is actually stuck, I notice. Which is not good. How about this wire? I can remove that easily. But I have to make sure that it doesn't break. This is not good at all. They have to be able to actually be removed very easily. Another thing, this should actually result in flickering on and off of this LED, and it is not happening. Also, it is being fed by what? Output 7, which is this wire. And I just removed it. Now it's off, on again, and wire 7 is actually this one, which is and this is the feedback. And still data is being won. Now I remove the feedback wire, and data is still being reported as 1. Now it is 0. Putting it back, stays 0 for now. But I'm worried about this wire. Why is it the way it is? Oops, better put some lighting. Anyway, this wire I want to remove very carefully. There you go. Yeah, how about this end? So this is the wire I don't trust fully, and it doesn't even need to be that long, but let's put it in here. It can be very long put inside there. Okay, then back into 7 here, and once again I press it, release it, and it keeps going, and it's off. Really not correct. Well, come on. Should be instantaneous, so that is a problem. But how to solve it? Different wire? Maybe. Alright, continuing, pay some attention to the switch LED, which turns out to have some peculiarities. Pressing the switch, LED goes on. Releasing it, counting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and etc, etc. The wire touch, and it's off. And at the same time data goes back to 0. Very short touch, and then within 3 seconds it's off. 1, 2, release, and it keeps burning. Don't go off at 3 seconds. So now it goes off, and every time it's this wire or this wire. So is this coincidental or whatever? So pressing the switch again, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and it keeps burning. Now it's off at some 21 seconds, but I pressed it for 3 seconds. So why is this delay? That's a very big question, and I am afraid I don't have the answer yet. What I do notice is that things are delayed somehow since the recovery, and I don't assume that there's something physically wrong with the Raspberry Pi, although you can't never be sure. Anyway, knowing this, I am going to test again, pressing. Now it says block. Again, because there is apparently some light, but I shine light, it says pass, so that is still very wrong. Alright, that makes me think I need to check on the input. Is that indeed what I expect it to be, false or not? Is that exactly reversed? How do I check that? 15 is this wire, I think. No. Input 15. No, that's this wire. Yeah, I could put an LED in between. So I really know that that wire is 0 or not 1 anyway, not high. So let me check that one. I could do it like this. Wire here, and from here to there, an LED, see whatever happens. Nothing now, and nothing now. So apparently that is not really the way to do it. Yeah, I should think about a solution to this so that I can, using an LED, easily check for this to be working. Twist the wire again. This is not really good. Actually pretty bad. Right, more things to check. Right, and of course the best way of checking about the value of this input is actually measuring. So the analog multimeter in place, set to 30 volt maximum, then I should be able to measure what is the voltage over here right now. Absolutely nothing. And what if I shine a light? Well, that is pretty clear. It's nothing and voltage. Nothing and voltage. Let's measure something right here. Well, that's remarkably less, but that's logical since it is a voltage divider. So this is without a doubt working. So, alright, when that is working, let's then measure the value of 18, because 18 should be false when there's no light. Oh, by the way, is that still correct? Oh, wait a second, I'm shining light and it delivers voltage. What if I measure here? Now it delivers full voltage. Yeah, of course, because this is main. I have to measure this one. It shows nothing. So light is voltage. Light is voltage. That means it is different now. So when I reverse this for some reason to this, which now means 0 is no light and 1 is light. Let me it doesn't make sense in my idea, but alright. So now according to the program it's absolutely 0. I am pressing the switch now, which says now pause because there's no light, and I am going to show light. And this is what should happen. I shine some light on it, and the LED goes on and off and on and off. I release the switch and the little LED goes off. Release and nothing happens. This is what should happen, but it does not explain at all why this is suddenly reversed, because I didn't change the wiring. Now there is no delay anymore, and also if you now look at publisher and subscriber, pressing and releasing goes now at the same time. So why is this change necessary? What has happened? It doesn't make sense. Should I bother? Yeah, it's not logical. Not logical anyway, but I'm not quite sure. Final part of this video. Why are things happening the way they're happening? Very good questions. So it's not the wiring. It's some really odd behavior by an LDR. No, not the LDR, photo-transistor. That's what it is. But it doesn't make sense. Why does the behavior of such a component suddenly reverse? yeah, really doesn't make any sense at all. And this is suddenly working as well. Pressing, shining, shining, off, on. And here you can also see that in the coder, where input 15 is now 1, although that is a bit not true what it says, because you see a tiny flickering. Oh wait, yeah, that can be true. It is on for a second, then off, but it keeps going, and then it doesn't say how long it's off. So let me change that for the last for now, that I say okay, sleep for half a second. On. So now I'm still measuring, pressing the switch, shining a light. See, and this is much more noticeable. So it's on for a second, sleep, off for half a second, releasing the switch. What will happen? That was not instantaneous. Once again, I'm pressing the switch. What happens? There's some delay. This works. I release the switch. And now it goes off. Yeah, okay, so not real time. But it works. Different than anticipated, but it does work. Still a question, why does it go inverse? Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. And if you are interested, also please follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And what else? Please donate to keep my website going and my videos. See for more info on my website, and also for my other projects which are listed on my website, including a lot of pictures and videos that are related to fischertechnik, robotics and more. And of course this is going to be continued.